Hi guys, welcome to Carol's Universe, Tarot Readings from the Heart. This is your month ahead reading. Get a snack, sit back, relax and enjoy. Hi guys, welcome to Carol's Universe, Tarot Readings from the Heart. So we're going to do your month ahead reading today. Just want to show you the decks that we're using for this particular reading, guys. We are using the Everyday Witch Tarot. No. Let me start that again. We're using for the main reading the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot miniature deck. You guys know that I moved house recently, and I really did, reduce my office area into something smaller, which I really love actually. So I'm using miniatures with spreads like the Celtic Cross and stuff. So we're going to use the Radiant Wise Tarot miniature deck for the Celtic Cross we're doing for October. We are using the Everyday Witches miniature deck by Deborah Blake for any clarifiers that we might need on some of the areas. And we're also going to use the Chinese Fortune reading cards for your spiritual message for the month. So guys, sit back, relax and enjoy your reading. Hi Capricorn, welcome to Carol's Universe, Tarot Readings from the Heart. So we're going to do your month ahead reading, October 2020. Okay Capricorn, let's have a quick look at the reading then. So what are you facing in October? I think you're facing a choice between two paths. Some of you guys, it may be a choice between whether you stay where you are or whether you move. Two of Wands can also be, it's baby Aries, so it's a card about taking charge of one's own life. This could be taking charge in the world of business. So it's a card about, Ace of Wands would be the start of planting the seed, the start of a business idea or a career idea or the spark of imagination. Two of Wands takes that ace and then starts putting the plans in action with the Two of Wands energy and setting things, the wheels in motion. And Three of Wands then kind of just puts everything into action. So Wands are very much action cards, and with the Two of Wands, it is a card about taking charge and making plans for the future. But it is also a card that represents being at a bit of a crossroads and probably having a decision to make. Because with the Two of Wands energy, it's about that card would represent having a choice between two paths. Let's have a look at what's influencing that Two of Wands. Let's see. This can mean many things, so we have to see what colours it. So it's about work. What's influencing this is your work. I think some of you guys may be finding your work very boring, very monotonous. Because the Ten of Coins, but it's not always work, the Eight of Coins. Eight of Coins sometimes is going around in circles. So sometimes you're hammering away at something with the Eight of Coins, not really getting anywhere. You're just doing something repetitively. So it may be something is repetitive, Capricorn, within one's life. And with the Two of Wands, you're faced with a choice between two paths because of that. Maybe the choice is whether you hammer away at something, continue with it. What's causing this? I just get a sense of boredom here with the Hangman. But also I think with the Hangman, you're seeing something from a very different point of view now. Because the Hangman means to see something from a different perspective. So I think some of you guys are now starting to see something in a very different way with the Hangman. And you're kind of saying to yourself, I'm wondering if I should continue banging away at something because now I'm seeing something in a very, very different light, in a very different way. And I've got a choice between two paths, whether I continue with this or whether I don't. What's influencing? What's the external influences on that? What's externally influencing that? The moon. So the external factors on the moon contributing to why this is, because this is my area here is, well, what is external? What are the other factors contributing to why you are at a bit of a crossroads and why you're trying to make up your mind, Capricorn, in terms of which direction to take? And it's because of the moon. I think for some of you guys, it may be that you're being intuitively led, because the moon doesn't just mean anxiety and worry. It means also a deep sense of knowing as well. This is a deeply intuitive card. So I think there's something about a deep intuition here with this moon energy here, a gut reaction, a gut feeling that says to you, you know what, and I actually feel as well with that moon energy, because the root issue is that you've got this change of perspective card as the Hangman energy showing here. And the external factors are something about the moon. Now this could be something about your intuition kicking in here. Maybe there's a change of perspective, the intuition has kicked in here. And you're now faced with a choice between two paths. It's influenced by the Eight of Coins, might be by your work, but it might also be by do I continue in a situation? Because this is very much a continuation card. It's chipping away at something. Do I continue chipping away at something or not? What have you experienced in the recent few weeks concerning this? Well, yeah, a lot of worries here with the Nine of Swords energy. A lot of worries for some of you Cappies. Based on everything we see so far, what's the most likely outcome going to be for you? Well, the most likely outcome is that you're going to continue worrying, unfortunately. There's going to be a lot of confusion there. Five of Wands, your spirit is blocked. You're not getting any sense out of anything. You're still very confused because the Five of Wands represents worry and confusion and anxiety. So the most likely outcome is that you remain like this. They're very similar cards. Five of Wands, Nine of Swords. They both indicate somebody who's really worrying and feeling really anxious. And the most likely outcome may be that you stay that way with the Five of Wands energy showing there. And I'm going to ask why. I want to know why you're worrying with the Nine of Swords and why it may stay that way. Let's get some clarifiers out. Oopsie daisy. Okay, so Universe Spirit, why has Capricorn been worrying around this situation in the last couple of weeks in two cards? Why have they been worrying? Give me two cards as to why. And give me two cards as to why things may stay the same. Give me two cards as to why things might stay the same with the Five of Wands. Alright, let's have a look. So why have you been worrying then? What's the worry over? Let's draw up my sleeves. The Chariot. I think that you're worrying about taking charge with this Chariot energy. Three of Cups. God, why is that bent? Do you know what? I think actually this is you worrying about leaving a group. Because the Chariot can be moving on. And it's funny because the Chariot shows here that you've got two directions that you can go in. You're being pulled in two directions. And it could also be that actually, it's not leaving, I don't think. Because Chariot doesn't always mean, sometimes it means to leave. But usually your leaving cards are more like your Knight of Swords or your Knight of Wands. Or Eight of Cups. The Chariot is about being pulled in two directions. I think you're being pulled in two directions because you've got friends. Because you're, a group of people here that you really love and you really care about. It might be in work then. Maybe that you've got a choice between two paths. You're at a bit of a crossroads concerning your work. You're starting to see things in a very different direction, in a very different way with the Hangman energy. You've got a lot of concerns probably with that Moon energy, but also your intuition is kicking in with the Moon. Let's have a look at what do you mean by that Moon? Because it can be intuition or it can be fear. What do you mean by the external factors are the Moon in two cards? Right, Nine of Wands. So Nine of Wands is somebody who's on edge. Two of Swords. I think that you've been very close to making a decision here. The Nine of Wands is a card about being very close to something. You're just on the verge. You've been on the verge of making a decision. So I think it's more intuition. The external factors showing the Moon, I think, are saying that you've been on the verge. Your intuition, you've had this deep knowing. You've been on the verge of making a decision. Which is why you're facing this crossroads now. And I'm going to ask them, they've been on the verge about making a decision about what in two cards? Queen of Coins energy showing there, about the Queen of Coins. I think it's about your career. I just get the impression, Capricorn, and actually Capricorn, that's you, isn't it? Capricorn would represent Queen of Pentacles would represent a Capricorn person. So I think that you've been on, and it could also be with the Moon that it is fear, because you may have been on edge, Nine of Wands energy, about making a decision with the Two of Swords about whether you stay in your career. So we're going to really like that and say, actually, this is fear. I think that the Moon is fear, actually, thinking about it. I think it is fear. I think some of you guys have been really kind of on edge, Nine of Swords energy showing there, about making a decision, Two of Swords, about staying in a career here, because you're starting to see things from a different perspective. What is a Capricorn starting to see differently with the Hangman in two cards? What are they starting to see differently with the Hangman in two cards? The Page of Cups. So starting something new. Maybe you want to start a new creative endeavour, or maybe you want to go back to college with the Page of Cups energy showing there. Temperance energy. So Temperance is ruled by Sagittarius, so it's exploring and it's learning. So I think that what you're starting to see differently is that maybe with the Page of Cups being the card of the student, for example, maybe this is about a new journey that you want to start, exploring, learning, or maybe there's something new here. Maybe there's something creative that you're involved in that brings a lot of balance and brings a lot of kind of zen to you, if that makes any sense. And maybe with the Hangman, the root issue is that you're starting to see all of this very differently now. Whereas before you might have said to yourself, what was Sagittarius saying to themselves, not Sagittarius, sorry, what was Capricorn saying to themselves about this situation? What were they saying to themselves about this Page of Cups, Temperance situation before in 2 cards? You were saying, I can't do it, 4 of Cups. You're saying, no, I don't want it. Why were they saying they didn't want it? Why were they saying they couldn't do it? Why were they saying they couldn't do it? Because it's got to be money, hasn't it? Because, no. 8 of Wands energy. I think it's because you have all of these things, 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands means lots of things. Lots of things are up in the air. Because there are so many things up in the air. 8 of Wands energy. Because you were really busy. Because you just had too many things to do, maybe, with the 8 of Wands. Showing you. You can see here that she's got this whirlwind. She's in this whirlwind. She's really busy. She's trying to control all these things, all these elements. And it's almost like you were saying to yourself, you know, I really want to, because it feels to me, Capricorn, that some of you guys would like to slow down. You'd love to do something. And this is a lifestyle business or a lifestyle thing that you're doing to earn money, perhaps. Because some of you guys are saying, look, the external factors are, I'm really worried here. You know, I've been on edge about making a decision about my career. You know, Queen of Coins is you. About whether I stay in my career. Because some of you guys, you're in a career that makes you good money. You're comfortable. And the root issue is, I'm starting to see things very differently. I'm starting to see, actually, that Page of Cups probably is saying, I'm starting to see very differently that the Page of Cups, so a new path, could bring me a great deal more peace. But I can't do it. 4 of Cups right now, I can't engage in this right now. Because I've got too many things are up in the air. Too many things are up in the air and I can't make these choices right now. I've got the bills, I've got this, I've got that. This, you know, this thing that's happening in the world as well. Everybody's losing their jobs. I can't do this right now. There's just too many things at stake. And also you've been worrying because you're being pulled in 2 directions. And the 2 directions are, well, I've got people also where I work that I love. 3 of Cups. I've got good friendships. Do I leave those behind as well? So there's so many things impacting you, I think, Capricorn, in October. On the one hand, you want to do something that brings you a far more balance and far more peace in that Page of Cups and the Temperance energy. You want to do something that makes you feel really good, like makes you feel far more kind of just balanced and far more comfortable. You want to go into the silence. You want to retreat a bit. You want to do something in life that makes you feel, and also something that makes you feel that you're on your life path, that makes you feel a sense of purpose, I think, with these cards here. But you've always said to yourself, I can't do it. 4 of Cups is rejection. I can't do it because too many things at stake, too many things up in the air. If I leave my job, I'm comfortable here, I'm making the money. But if I leave it, you know, what happens next? What if this thing that I do, the Page of Cups Temperance, doesn't work out? And it causes more problems. What if I'm jumping from the frying pan into the fire? And also, I've got the friends that I've made at this place that I'm working at, or this company that I'm working for. I've got people that I really care about, that I get on with. So I'd be leaving that behind as well. So you've got so many decisions, which is why you are facing this decision about whether, it's about work, but also about whether you continue to bang away at being that Queen of Coins there. The most likely outcome will be confusion, the 5 of Wands. You'll keep things, you'll stay the way, you'll stay the same. Let's have a look at what this is. Right, the Page of Swords. So we're asking, what do you mean by that? What's this about? The Page of Swords is learning something new. And then you've got the 10 of Swords showing here. So maybe the fear is, maybe the fear with the 5 of Wands, because we're saying, well, what will the most likely outcome be? Could be arguments. Could be arguments. Maybe it's in your relationship. It could be conflicts. 5 of Wands energy, or it simply could be worries. Maybe this new path fails with the 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords is failure, and the Page of Swords can be, you know, a course of study. So maybe your fears are that, well, what if I start studying for this thing, or I start on this new path and it fails with the 10 of Swords? Or maybe the 5 of Wands, it's arguments with you and your partner. What if your fears will be, well, what if the partner doesn't agree? What if there's arguments in the home? 10 of Swords, what if I'm going to, you know, what if there's a great deal of argument and conflict? When you get multiple swords, it's always conflicts. It's horrible, especially with Wands. You got these three cards. Page of Swords is a fighter. Ten of Swords is deep hurt. It's like, you know, being jabbed away at. And the Five of Wands is also a fighting card. So when you get those types of cards together, you know some arguments going down. So, and that's what it is. The most likely outcome will be fears. Fears about arguments, fears about failure, fears about all sorts. You've got a lot of negative thinking going on there. What's actually coming in, though, towards the end of October? Well, I believe, Capricorn, you've got a friend, Queen of Wands, sorry. Or there could be an invitation with the Queen of Wands energy. Queen of Wands means invite. Or this could be a friend, somebody who's quite, you know, positive and confident. Somebody who's going to encourage you and say, let's go get it, go do it, you know. Somebody who comes in to bring some form of positive resolution or positive answers. What is your advice? The advice is the Ten of Pentacles. Tens are notoriously about completion. But I feel that with the Ten of Pentacles energy, it's interesting because you've got this Queen coming in. I'm going to ask what she's doing there. You said that because she's a court card, so court cards can be people or energies. You said that the Queen of Coins is what they'll experience. Queen of Wands, sorry, is what they'll experience by the end of October. What do you mean by that, Queen of Wands? Yeah, I think this is a friend. I think this is an Empress. This is somebody who's kind, supportive and nurturing. Yeah, who's going to bring a great deal of strength to you. So I think that there's somebody coming in, they're nurturing, they're kind, and they're going to bring you a great deal of confidence. They're going to help you to feel more confident about this. The advice is the Ten of Coins. I just wonder if that's to talk to family more than anything. What do you mean? Why are you advising them to do the Ten of Coins? What do you mean the advice is? Because they've got a friend coming in universe, this Queen of Wands, and she's kind, she's nurturing, he or she is kind, nurturing, and they're going to help to bring her, Capricorn, a great deal of strength and confidence. They're going to help because Capricorn isn't feeling confident about this. They're not feeling confident about making a choice to leave a position that they're comfortable in and also friends behind. So can you just tell us why you would advise them to do the Ten of Coins in two cards, or what do you mean they should do the Ten of Coins in response to that Queen of Coins, Queen of Wands, who's advising them to go, you know, to go with their instincts? What do you mean by that Ten of Coins as advice? Seven of Swords. I think it's something about avoidance, to avoid. Avoid what? Three of Coins. Or this could be to leave. Seven of Swords is to leave. Seven of Swords is an Aquarius card. Free oneself. And the Three of Coins is the team. Teamwork. A group. And you've got the group here. You're pulled in two directions concerning a group of people here that you really like, and that's where the worries are. But the advice is to do the Ten of Coins, and Ten's notoriously about wrapping things up. And it's in light of this. So if you've got a friend coming in, Capricorn, that's advising you, comforting you, supporting you as the Empress would, and giving you strength, you know, giving you the strength and the confidence, and the advice is then to do the Ten of Coins. You're not working with her, she's giving you advice to do something else. So this must be, if this was working with her, then it would probably avoid working with her, but it's not. She's just an external person coming in and saying, you can do it, do it. So maybe you should leave the team, the group. Seven of Swords, it doesn't want to be a part of the group. Seven of Swords is Aquarius, likes to be independent. So maybe you should free yourself from this Three of Coins, from people that you work with. So maybe this is to wrap things up. Maybe with the Ten of Coins it's saying, well, you've gone the advice is you've gone as far as you can go. Ten of Coins also represents commitment and loyalty. So maybe you should commit to this new path. Let go of the group. This group here, the three. Let go of the group and commit to the new path. That's what I'm thinking with the 10. So I think the advice is, in light of what the friend says here, is to commit to this new path. Let go of the group that you're in. or the attachments that you've made to this group of people, because that might be a big factor in why you're finding it difficult to make a decision. What are your hopes or fears? That you're doing the right thing, Justice. That this new path will bring rewards. So the friend comes in and says, look, I support you. Let me help you. Let me give you the confidence to move on to this new phase. Where would things be heading to then going into November? Yeah, there you go. Knight of Wands. Charging ahead. I do see a new beginning coming in, Cappies. I really do. This person gives you the confidence to charge ahead, to go for your dreams, to leave this behind. Some of you guys are in a comfortable position, and it is scary. The external factors are the moon. You're fearing a lot of stuff there. You've been really on edge about making a decision about whether you should stay in your position, because that's you, the Queen of Coins. And Queen of Coins is usually very comfortable in her position, in her work. You know, she's got it all figured out. She's got a nice home. She's got a good job. She's got good friends. She's a nice lady. You know, you've got it all figured out here. But you're taking a gamble. That's the only thing. And you're faced with a decision here between two paths. Do I stay in my job and chip away at it? Because right now I can see something different. I see a different way to be with the Hangman energy. And it's all about that Page of Cups and Temperance. So I'm seeing things very different. And what I'm seeing very differently is that a new path could bring more peace and more balance. Perhaps it's something creative that you want to do. Because in the past, you weren't interested with the Four of Cups because you just had too many things. You were too busy and so many things were up in the air. In the last few weeks, you've been very worried because you've been pulled in two directions concerning, you know, groups, people that you're around, people that you care about. And therefore, the most likely outcome will be there's a lot of confusion. Maybe you've been being pulled in two directions by a partner, or by a family member or family, or people that you're close to. And maybe that's why the most likely outcome is going to be conflicts or confusion. Because maybe this new path fails. Or maybe there are arguments or conflicts surrounding this. We have a friend coming in to support you with that Empress energy and give you the strength and the confidence to move forward. The universe, I think, tells you that you should start this new phase, commit to this new path, and let go with the Seven of Swords energy of the group attachments that you've made with whoever these people are here. Your hopes will be justice. I'm hoping that I've done the right thing. I've made the right decision. I'm hoping that the path I'm on now is going to pay off. Ooh. And as a result of this Queen of Wands giving you support and confidence, there you are. By the end of October going into November, moving towards, pursuing, advancing towards this new path. Fantastic reading. Let's have a look at what the advice is. Spiritual advice for the month is Capricorn. What's the spiritual advice for Capricorn during the month of October? What's the spiritual advice? Yin and Yang is the spiritual advice for the month. Let's have a quick look at what that is. Sorry about the noise. I can't help it. Shoot, them bloody dogs. Just always barking away. It's incredible. Right, let's have a quick look then. So, Yin and Yang, 30. Right, so Yin and Yang, the balance of life, major life decisions, and we've got the decisions here. All of us have a bit of Yin dark and Yang light in us that are needed to make us whole. To have selected this card shows a dynamic potential around now and in the future. Perfect spiritual balance will be obtained through your kindness to others. Be respectful of others and be patient, as this is not a time for hasty decisions, which is fair enough because I think this is something that's been in the works for a while. Stability must come from within. Wisdom and sound advice comes from people you admire. Listen carefully to what they say and give them your full attention. I mean, it's an interesting one because you could also read this and say, well, maybe the advice is to listen to family, Ten of Coins. Maybe it's to avoid getting anybody external involved, because Three of Coins can be like the third party card. But as a result of this person's advice, you're moving forward. But that could be it as well. You can read these in all sorts of ways. Because the Ten of Coins is very much a family card. And it could be, well, there's a need to listen to those who are closest to you. Ten of Coins, because it's talking, it's communicating. And actually, I think the Ten of Coins is Mercury. I think it's ruled by Mercury in Virgo, something like that. So it's talking, it's being involved in getting involved in the greater details, looking in things into greater detail, into and you know, just looking into things a bit deeper. Maybe there's a need to avoid kind of having this person also putting her point of view in, potentially. It doesn't really matter, because it could be either one of those things I mentioned, but I think that in the end you'll end up moving forward as on account of somebody else's advice. Career and finances, which is what I think this is. So a time of progress around financial areas in your life after the dark times. You will now find the light as opposition melts away. You have strong influence that can persuade others to your way of thinking, and enemies could become friends. Strange and unexpected developments could leave you with inner knowledge that the universe is working in your favour. A fortunate time for forming partnerships. That's interesting, because this person would probably avoid the partnership of the Three of Coins, which is interesting. But yeah, like that's your advice, spiritual advice for the month, I think, Capricorn. I think you've just got to do what you feel is best, but I do see you moving forward. I see you leaving a job and moving on to a new thing, or you're definitely advancing towards a new career path, I would say, going into November time. All right, and I think it's a bit of a gamble, but I think that you're going to take that risk. All right, that is your reading for the month of October 2020. I would like to say thanks ever so much for joining me on Carol's Universe, and have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.